Welcome to Bachelor Cooking. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm cooking, I'm already hungry, so all my food is going to be cooked really quickly. Core ingredients you should have in your fridge: eggs, bacon, tomato, bread, butter, cheese. You can cook just about anything with those ingredients. Tomatoes, they're my fruit and vegetable. I have no idea what I'm cooking. I'm just going to throw in whatever I've got. Fry pan's easy. Olive oil, cook everything in olive oil. Not supposed to burn it, not that it matters. So, turns out I've got no bacon. Broke my first rule. But, I do have some ham and some salami. So we're going to make use of that. When you get a steak knife, you can use it for everything. You can butter things, you can cut things. I end up eating with it. Another thing about how I cook, uses minimum stuff to wash up. Just going to cut it up in strips. Generally cook your meat first, brown it, whatever, before you add anything else. Eggs take less to cook than just about everything. So if you're going to cook with eggs, cook everything else first. So, just going to put that into the fry pan. Not much to it. Good thing about using ham and salami, basically already cooked. So it's not going to kill you if you don't cook it properly. Alright, what else have we got? Eggs, we'll chuck that in, make some kind of omelette-y scrambled thing. Bread. Well, normally I just serve it on the bread. I'm going to see if we can do something a bit different. Some kind of pocket thing. We'll see. I'm thinking we squeeze the bread flat a bit, so all the egg doesn't necessarily soak in, because we're not necessarily making French toast. I'm going to see if we can make a little, almost a sandwich, but a fried sandwich. So I'm just going to squeeze the bread flat. And hopefully, we'll just leave the crust unsqueezed, so we sort of get a little bit of a float happening. See there? Alright, so hopefully we can put the mixture in and it'll sort of stay in. We'll see how that works. Alright, and this is already starting to cook pretty well, so we've got to be quick here. How are we going to do this? I think we're going to go with 2 eggs. 1 on each, so I'm going to make 2 more of them to go on the top. Just going to chuck that in. It's on very low heat at the moment. Now we're just going to put half into each. I'm trying to put it to the sides just to help stop the egg from sliding out the sides. Now, I could just crack the egg straight in there, but I think I'm going to mix them with a bit of milk, which means a new bowl. Alright, make sure the bin's ready, so you can just chuck the egg straight in there. Alright, let's get to it. 1 egg. Another egg. I'm going to go with 2 today. We haven't got that much space in that bread. Alright, so we're going to add a little bit of milk. Yeah, that much. People use fancy whisks and all that sort of thing. Just use a fork. Works just as well. And then you can then use the fork to eat with. Just whisk it until the colour is even. Alright, now we're just going to try and pour this. So it hasn't stayed in the bread that well, but it's not too bad. We've got a bit of overlap. Hopefully we'll just end up with scrambled eggs around our juffly things. Alright, I'm just going to make the top. And if we're lucky, we might even try and flip these later. Make sure it's cooked all the way through. It's going to take a while for the heat to get through the bread. So we're kind of making jaffles here in a fry pan. A little bit of mixture left. Why not? Let's just pour it on the top. Hopefully it'll soak in and become something like French toast. I forgot the tomato. Do something with the tomato. Tomato's pretty awesome. So I'm just going to cut the top off, the bottom off, and I think we're going to be sliced today, thick slices. I might just fry these and we can add them later. So it's big slices up in the pan. Love fried tomato. Yeah, just waiting for stuff to happen. Better off cleaning up as you go. Oh, another thing I like to do, when you have ham and cheese or anything like that, usually you can't reseal it in the packet you got it in. What I do is put it in a sandwich bag, seal it up. But if it's been sitting in your fridge for a while, you can, it's pretty easy to be not sure whether it's still good or not. So I have a look at the date that's on the original packet, and I write that on the sandwich bag so I know how long I've got till it goes bad. And clean up as we go. I don't know about you, I hate cleaning up after I've eaten. I just want to sit and enjoy. So I clean up as I go. Alright, I'm going to attempt to flip these. I'm going to cut the extra stuff we had so we can flip it. Seems okay. Oh, look at that. Looking good. That's it cooked inside. We're just going to have a little peek. See how it's going. It's still pretty liquid inside. We'll see what we can do about that. Tomatoes cooking nicely. We might just change this a little bit because it's not cooking inside very well. I'm going to try and open them up and cook them with the inside out onto the pan. We'll see how we go. Put these tomatoes, don't want them burnt. Looking pretty good. So what I'm going to do is push these tomatoes together. So they're taking up less room, but still staying warm for us. Okay. Put that face down. Look at that, looks so good, but it does need a bit more cooking. So I'll just flip that. Alright. So now we've got the egg directly on the pan. Should cook pretty quickly. So, what's the best thing to have with breakfast? Juice. Orange juice, original, none of this, removed salt or sugar or anything like that. Nice big glass. Just remember, it settles at the bottom. That's actually good stuff, so you want to, mix it around. So make sure the lid's on. Shake. Pretty good. I'm just going to turn up a little bit so I can get this done so I can start eating. So, what the knife used to cut up with, the fork we used to do the whisking, plate we did all the cutting on, we're going to eat with that. Like a bit of salt and pepper. Alright, I think we're basically done here. Have a look. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't look that spectacular, but believe me, it's going to taste good. All the eggs cooked. That's all we really needed. Bit of tomato on the top. Look at that. Maybe the presentation could do with some work. Should have turned that off. Bit of salt and pepper. I'm sure a chef would put some kind of parsley or something. I don't have fresh parsley. And that's it. Time to eat.